4th grade, I feel like you're kind of left out because I've made a bunch of videos for the other grade levels, and you're just supposed to be working on Bloxels. For those of you that weren't introduced to it, you will be using Bloxels, and you'll get your own workbook. And it looks like this. And you will create your own characters for a game. You will create the background, you will create the setting, you will create the story, you will create every piece of it. Now, I used Mario Brothers as an example because that's what I grew up playing. So when you're creating your story, what I posted on Schoology, you want to think about what the goal is or the storyline. For example, Mario Brothers, their job was to rescue Princess Peach, which she could totally do on her own, but whatever. For your workbook, the first part is who's the hero of your story. So just different ideas. It's sharing with you different ideas of what your hero could be or who your hero could be or some characteristics. Some of the questions are, does your hero have a superpower? What is your superhero, what is your hero really good at or famous for? Does your hero have a chink in their armor? That means like Superman's kryptonite. What's something that is something that would hurt them or maybe be like the Achilles heel? And I just referenced maybe something else you don't know. Achilles heel is like something that would injure them or would be their downfall. Or what is something that is another quirk that makes them interesting? It can be something they say or do. What does your hero want more than anything? So what's the hero's quest? In Super Mario Brothers, it was to rescue Peach. And then they had different things they had to do throughout the activity. What relationships with people, places, things, or ideas are most important to your hero? So that one, I got a lot of questions on when we were in class. That's, for example, Super Mario Brothers. They were plumbers, so it was important to them, the sewers and all the pipes and things. So in the game, they could go different places through the pipes. I'm not saying put a sewer in your storyline, but like what would be important to them? It makes me think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because theirs was the sewer too, which, what? And then what does your hero need to change in the world, in others, or in themselves to get what they want? So what sort of things do they need to fix, or what can they do, or how can they do it to get there? So then it says the next part. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about these things. You can write it down on a piece of paper, and then when you get back to school, we can glue them in to your workbook. Or some people have been typing it out and submitting it. If you want to do that, that's cool too. And then I can print them off when we get back to school, and you can glue them in. So you don't have to do the whole thing twice, but you do get kind of a head start on it. So your cast of characters, your hero won't go it alone. So Super Mario had Luigi. They also had Yoshi and all those different fun characters. So friendly helpers and enemies can take many forms. Jot down in pictures and words your ideas for the other characters in your story here. So again, if you want to write about it, awesome. If you want to illustrate it, sweet. And then when we come back, we can, like I said, glue it in here just like you do in your science journals. So who or what helps your hero, and how do they help? In Super Mario Brothers, Yoshi, they could ride Yoshi and things like that. What characters want to stop the hero? Koopa Troopas in Mario Brothers would hurt the Mario Brothers. They would run into them and, oh no, die. And also the turtles. I don't remember the turtles' names. But they were a villain or Bowser, characters like that. Who is trying to stop your hero, and how are they trying to stop your hero? Like, are they shooting fireballs at them? Are they stealing your food and things like that? What are some of the things these characters say to the hero? Because in Bloxels, you can create text boxes, which then the characters the characters can talk. You have to type it, and kids would have to read it in the game. How do these other characters know each other, and how do they get along? So, Bowser, how do they know each other? I don't really remember. That's bad. But so how do they know each other, and how do they get along? And what important things might happen between the characters and the hero in the story? So, I always liked the turtles because if you jumped on them, and then you could send them just the shells shooting. So what's a way in which your hero will interact with the characters in the story? Are they gonna jump on them and shoot them across the screen? I don't know. Building a world. Your characters need a world to live in, and you probably have some ideas about how it looks and feels. In the game, you'll have items you can collect, hazards to avoid, and liquid and solid ground to build up your world with. What's it like there? So I'll post another Bloxel's video, and they'll talk about creating worlds and the ground and the water, and that's pretty cool that you can create those sorts of things. What's the name of the place? And what is it similar to, and what makes it unique? I'm a big fan of Dr. Seuss and all of his lands and all his creative places to live. I'm like, ooh, that is so colorful and fun. Maybe I could draw some inspiration from that, and that's how I might design my world based on that. Super Mario Brothers, again, they used the sewers. There was a castle. They had different places in the castle, like the dungeon, and just, visiting and stuff. Hey, how's it going? Does the story take place inside or outside or both? Is it hot, cold, light, dark, or something completely different? What's it like to walk around here? If you find liquid, what would it be like? So when we're adding liquid and solids and ground to Bloxels, you get to choose what you want it to look like. There are different pictures that you can choose from, different actions. Some of the water moves, and then some of it is still. So those are things you can think about. And what can be collected, and what makes it valuable? A lot of times you can collect coins. It's valuable because you can later, I don't know what we ever did with coins in Super Mario Brothers. But maybe it's collect coins, maybe it's collect health, things like that. And what's dangerous in the world? What could be hazardous to your hero and others? So these are just the basics you're going to be thinking about to build your world. And again, if you want to draw them or just write it down, we can glue it in your workbook when we come back. For those of you that have already done this part, there will be additional videos. So see you in the next video. Bye.